In this video, we are going to learn more about how can you use Apache JMeter to test the performance of a web application with complex content delivery networks, CDNs. Apache JMeter is a popular open source tool that can be used to test the performance of web applications. When it comes to testing the performance of a web application with complex content delivery networks, CDNs, JMeter can be a powerful tool to simulate realistic user traffic and measure the response times and throughput of the application. CDNs are distributed systems that cache and deliver content to users from the edge servers closest to them. In order to stimulate the realistic user traffic, it is necessary to know the CDN endpoints. You can know the CDN endpoints by looking at page source code, network traffic, contacting your web application's CDN provider. Open Apache JMeter. Right-click on Test Plan. Go to Threads and select Thread Group. Now right-click on the thread group. Click on Add, select Config Element, and click on HTTP Request Defaults. This will add the HTTP requests element to the thread group. Next, right-click on the thread group. Click on Add, under Sampler, select HTTP Request. Next, we need to right-click on the thread group. Under Config Element, select HTTP Cookie Manager. Next, we need to right-click on the thread group. Under Config Element, select HTTP Cache Manager. Now, in the server name or IP, enter the CDN details. If needed, then you might need to enter the port number as well. That's it. The remaining correlation, parameterization, and other script enhancements will remain similar that of a normal web application JMeter. The next step is to record the user traffic. In order to do this, we would need to set up the proxy server. In JMeter, add HTTP's test scripts recorder. You will find this under the non-test elements section. Once the HTTP's test script recorder added, click Start to start the proxy server. The next step is to configure the browser. In your web browser, configure the proxy settings to point to the JMeter proxy server. Record the user traffic with both JMeter proxy server and browser configured. Visit the CDN web application and perform the actions that you want to test. JMeter will record the user traffic as HTTP requests. As mentioned earlier, the remaining script enhancements would be same as any other JMeter web application test script. Configure the test settings. The next step is to configure the test settings that we wanted to run the test with. This would include the details like number of users, ramp-up time, test duration, etc. You can set them in thread group and HTTP request sampler elements. Run the test. Once we have the test configuration settings in place, we are good to proceed with our testing. Start the test by clicking on the Run button in Apache JMeter. Once our test is complete, we would need to proceed with the analysis of the test. So, we use the JMeter results to identify areas of the application that may be causing performance issues. For example, slow loading images, slow loading videos, large JavaScript files, slow CDN response times. In conclusion, testing the performance of a web application with complex content delivery networks, using Apache JMeter can be an effective way to identify performance issues and optimize the application for better performance. By following the steps outlined earlier in this video, you can improve the performance of the application and ensure that users have a positive experience when interacting with it. Regular performance testing with JMeter can help to catch and fix issues before they impact users, leading to increased user satisfaction and a better overall user experience.